Hello, everybody, and welcome to the ZombiesLvBacon podcast, episode 2, season 2. Oh man, we should have recorded this on the 2nd of the 2nd, 22nd, second. Missed opportunities and all that sort of stuff.
I'm pretty sure we still had COVID then. So
yeah, well,
probably.
Yeah. We're back with my 2 co-hosts. You guys decided that we'll keep him, so Vince is back.
I'm not going nowhere, bro. What do you mean?
It's just like Vince McMahon, just goes nowhere.
Got no chance.
Also here is Shelby.
Yeah, I'm not going nowhere.
You're not going nowhere.
Despite my parents saying I wouldn't go anywhere, but I'm still here.
You just said you're not going anywhere.
I'm not going anywhere.
So your parents were right.
She's the best.
Damn it!
Wow, good start. Great start, everybody. It's good to be back.
Come at me, all right? I just finished work 8 minutes ago, and I'm in a podcast.
Hey, look, I always said that like Friday night is peak time because that is like the longest distance between starting work again. So
not for me. I work on Saturdays. So
well, I wasn't talking about you.
Those of us with normal jobs. I mean, I'm kidding.
I mean, I worked weekends for like 15 years. I've done my time.
I did my time as well.
I've done my time. But yeah, hi everybody. Welcome to the second episode. We didn't get cancelled after the first one. I did have these guys in black suits and sunglasses like sitting in a van out the front of my house all week. I don't know what that's
they
about.
Had me in interrogation for a couple of days, but I'm out. Alas, they found that everything I said wasn't true, so here I am.
Wait, everything you said wasn't true?
I mean, between me and you, I just thought I was lying, you know?
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. Good.
I'm Lebo, so they believe me, you know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I had some very interesting messages coming back to me once they discovered that I was on the block.
Tell me all the good stuff.
Just people like, wow, controversial. Started so much drama. And I'm like, I didn't even know what I was doing. It's like, but it's funny because a friend of mine who listened to the podcast messaged me, and I was just I was at work. So I'm like, fuck, I've got nothing to show you. I'll just Google Rollergate and the block. And then it came up with this guy who like runs a blog and he reviews every episode of the block. And he had a review for that episode. And he was just like, Rollergate? How many fucking gates does this show have? I'm like, it's still there. It's on the internet. That's it. It's there forever. It's,
on the internet, it's never getting off.
That's it. It never gets off. Never, ever gets off. But yeah, how's everyone's...
We've confirmed, though. Hang on. We've confirmed that you're a drama queen. Just going to put that out there.
How so?
You caused the drama, so...
No, I was framed. Wallah, I was framed.
Sure you were framed.
Nah, he said Wallah. He's not lying. He's being framed.
That's how it works. See, Vince taught me something today.
Okay, this segues me into something. Because you're saying Wallah, and it's like, obviously, that's like a phrase about Allah, isn't it?
No, so all it means is like promise. So it's Wallah is short for Wahyat Allah, which means promise to God. So when you say Wallah, you're just like promising to God. So it's just like promise.
Well, my segue, and I was trying to be clever there, because like Allah is like a god or whatever, is that you're giving up junk food for Lent.
Oh, not all junk food. I gave up Macca's, KFC, Hungry Jack's, all
the good stuff.
Just like the fast food stuff.
All the good stuff.
So what's the exception then? Are you living off of like a corner store kebab, or?
I mean, I don't really eat kebabs like normally. Like I do I don't get actual kebabs, but I get like the snack packs and whatnot. But I've given those up, so snack packs are out of my book. Chicken wings, fuck, bro, I'm dying for some chicken wings.
Man,
so
you're basically
bad.
listing all the foods that I eat. Like if I cancelled all that food, I wouldn't eat.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I mean, it was either that or I give up meat and dairy, and like no man in there. I mean, I can't say no man in their right mind can do it because half my family's doing it. But like, I'm a bitch.
Yeah,
so,
I quite literally like I am very very simple. Meat, cheese, and bread. That's me. Like that's my entire diet. Like
no vegetables ever. No, only potato.
I'm boring. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not very fancy. Like the thing is, right? The thing that gets me is like I've had like top-notch like restaurant food, stuff like that. It's always so fucking nice to have like a really well-made, start to finish meal. It's always so fucking expensive though. That's if I go cook myself like a big meal, and I'm like, fuck, I spent $90 cooking this meal tonight when I could have got myself a
Fuck, what are you cooking, bro, for the Queen? $90.
Mate,
bro, you know what I just had for lunch?
Well, yes, I don't know. What? No, what? Tell us.
8 mini meat pies in the oven. Bro, it's like $6 for a fucking box of 30 of them, bro. The best.
I also do that.
The best, bro. Wow.
No, hang on. You don't put your pies in the oven. You put your pies in the
No.
microwave.
Party pies go in the
oven.
oven. Party pies go in the oven. Yeah.
I mean, you can put it in the microwave, but
party
pies
pies
get soft.
Yeah, they get really soft. You gotta.
It's weird.
There's more pastry to meat ratio in a party pie.
Every time you take a bite.
Toasty for lunch.
Good cheese, toasty.
Yeah, fancy with mayonnaise.
Yuck, cheese.
Yuck. No,
You
cheese
don't
is
like
great.
cheese?
I hate cheese.
How do you hate cheese?
I think I'm lactose, that's why.
Oh my god. What do you mean think? If you should find that shit out.
No, I'll tell you, because like I used to enjoy cheese, but now every time I have cheese, bro, I marras for 2 days. You know what I mean? Like, no good. I swear, I think I've developed lactose intolerance.
Getting old, man.
Lactose intolerance is out of like all the allergies. Lactose intolerance is literally like the definition of fuck around and find out. Like everyone loves cheese.
Yeah, but hang on. But
cream.
I want to be just crystal clear here. Lactose intolerance it's treatable. Like you can just take medicine with it. And you're good.
Fuck, no, I'd rather not, bro.
Yeah, he's a man. He's a real man. Fuck that.
A real man, I never take medicine.
Nah, not taking medicine, bro. Never.
Fuck that. That's for fucking Dr. Simps and whatnot.
Yeah,
Dr.
right.
Sips.
Yeah,
How dare you sip for your doctor?
yeah. How dare you listen to what he says and follow his instructions?
Fuck that guy. Seriously, fuck them.
Listen, if you want to follow instructions, follow me. Look
Anyway,
where I
you
am,
guys
I'm
should
very
definitely
successful.
not listen to a couple of blokes on a fucking podcast about medical advice. If you think something's wrong, see a doctor. Fucking hell.
What do you mean, bro? I'm Lebo. I'm a scientist.
Oh,
All about
sorry.
Scientist after COVID.
Well, I'm the most qualified here. I have half of a veterinary degree, so I can tell you approximate science information.
Approximate.
What about my uncle who got what's that fucking thing that they were saying everyone to take? The horse tranquilizer,
Oh
whatever
my
it is,
God.
horse dewormer?
Ivermectin?
Yeah, he got that and he rubbed it in his belly button. Does that classify me as nephew of a doctor?
In his belly button.
Did I get to get rid of the worms in his belly button, or
No, definitely didn't get didn't get rid of the COVID. I can guarantee
so
you
I
that.
have a question.
No, but he did have worms.
No, he had COVID.
I have a question though, because
Yes.
ivermectin comes in pill form. So did he just like put a pill in his belly button and just leave it there?
I don't know. Honestly, I got no idea. All I heard was my uncle telling my other uncle, "Yeah, get it and rub it on your belly button." And I was just like,
'Twas the
"You
style
fucking
at the
cook
time.
cunts, man. No wonder why you cunts are concreters. Go fucking read a book or something."
I don't know how these people figure out how babies are made.
They're administrators
I mean-
on r/conspiracy.
Yeah.
They breed, unfortunately.
That's my uncle, bro. I'm joking.
I remember I used to work with this guy, and he taught me a lot. We worked together a lot. I used to always joke because we used to work every day, basically from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. 5 days a week, right? And I used to say to him, it's kind of sad, but you know, we see each other more than we see anyone else. Like, I don't see my mum or my partner as much as I see this grown-ass dude who looked like Ned Flanders, I kid you not. And he always had, like, this twisted view on the world. And he used to look out the window, and if there was, like, people skateboarding past, he'd be like, temporary Australians. He goes, hopefully they get hit by a car before they learn to breed. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, 0 to fucking 1 million.
What makes them temporary? Is the fact they're on a skateboard means they're temporary?
Hoodlums. They're hoodlums and hooligans.
Oh.
Goddamn
Yeah,
kids, get up my
hooligans,
lawn.
Guys on skateboards are hoodlums and hooligans.
Mhm.
Fuck, bro. I'm sorry, but wherever you live, if that's what hooligans and hoodlums are, I think you live in the fucking rich side of the city.
Well,
bro.
at the
We
moment,
do live in the
everyone-
rich side of the city.
Really?
At the moment, everyone thinks the people who are on electric scooters are hoodlums. The ones that you have.
I
to
mean,
register
I've
for.
definitely seen some hoodlum behavior on those renter scooters.
I have too. I've definitely seen like 2 or 3 people trying to stack up on one, which doesn't obviously work in the best.
I saw
cases.
2 on one scooter going through the shopping center at
Yes.
full speed. Round.
So that's the thing at the moment. I see a lot of articles of people getting hit by these things and like getting seriously injured. Because at the moment, and for those who might not know, a lot of cities in Australia are trialing them. And part of the trial is you cannot buy your own electric scooter. You have to use the ones that you can rent through like the Uber app. It's like this weird monopoly. And you have to rent them and use them and give them a go and follow all these laws and wear the helmet and everything like that. And I've seen since this has happened is complete misuse.
I was reading an article. It's not just Australia. It's like there's cities in America that are also in the process of trialing these same scooters. Like everyone's just trying it at the same time. Same shit happens. Like just throw them in rivers and take them home or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There's a guy on TikTok that I follow, and his job is to like collect the scooters at night that are getting low powered, and he charges them up and gets paid for it. So he like drives around in the van, but the little GPS thing, sometimes it's like he'll get to like a construction yard and the GPS is in the back of the construction yard and he'll like jump the fence and go looking for it and they'll find it fucking half buried or in the junkyard or all sorts of fucking places. It's just people give zero fucks about them at all. Having said that, my 400-meter walk to work has about 17 of these fucking things on the sidewalk. So they're everywhere. I don't know if I'm a fan, to be honest.
I think it'll be nicer when people can have their own ones, and it's not just like, so the people who really want to use them will be like owners of their own machine and they'll take care of them and use them properly.
Yeah, it's more the fact that they like litter the sidewalks like everywhere. It's not like there's a designated parking spot for them.
People don't park them in a very conscientious way.
People don't park them, they just throw them in the grass.
Yeah. Aside from that, one of the big issues is people are finding, like aside from being hit by them, people are finding that they're often just out of charge by midday, and they're struggling to find ones that they can use. So maybe not the solution to everyone's climate change problems.
But, so they tried this shit before. It wasn't scooters though. What was it? It was bikes, wasn't it?
It was the e-bikes.
That e-bikes, yeah. And that went spectacular.
The Yarra was full of them.
Yeah, well,
I reckon I can get one of them on a plane to take home.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah.
No, actually, no, I don't think they fold up at all. You'd have to like, I don't know. But don't you? What? You don't have them in Sydney, like at all?
Oh, I don't know, bro. I never go to the city.
They are trialing them in Sydney.
It's like
I got no idea.
I went to Adelaide years ago, and they were already in Adelaide years ago.
Adelaide have everything before us.
Well, they've got nothing else going on, you know.
I mean,
it's got nothing else. I just remember, and I do not encourage this sort of behaviour, but I was very drunk, and I took it to. I had to go back to the convention centre to get my bag and stuff. And in Adelaide, it's just like lots of walkways to get there, but on a scooter, it's very fast. So I just went to the convention centre, scooted around in the convention centre, got my shit, and got back to my hotel room real quick. Definitely not intoxicated. Just maybe, you know, within the legal limit. Let's say that much.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. You have to have a driver's license to operate them legally.
I've seen kids using them though.
They're not supposed to. They're definitely not supposed to. So I guess their Uber accounts were not registered by them. Maybe their parents.
But hang on, it's not all Uber though. There's multiple brands.
Uber's the main one that's doing them. They do the Lime brand.
Yeah. But they're the green ones. There's red ones everywhere here.
The red one's also Uber.
Wow, fuck.
Yeah. Anyway, aside from that, you have to follow all road laws and you have to be under the legal limit and everything with those as well. So.
It's actually, speaking of road rules and bikes and whatnot, do you guys have to wear helmets while riding bicycles?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, it's the law.
Even no, not on the road, like at the park.
Oh, I don't know, at the park. No idea.
Bro, we have to wear a helmet everywhere, like on the footpath, in the park. Fuck that.
I think
it's everywhere.
I think technically it's worded that you have to wear the appropriate safety gear, which is included of like elbow and knee pads.
Really? Like Melbourne. Bike law. Aha.
It's like you have to wear a helmet for skateboards and roller skates and shit like that as well. So
I have to wear a bike helmet. Oh, good. We're not the only side country to require a bike helmet in the fucking park on grass.
You know, like I think I was like age 8 when I got my first bike, like push bike. It was a BMX, and I reckon I was like age 16 when I got my first helmet. So I turned out all right. I'm sorry. What?
What?
Say that again.
I don't know how to ride a bike.
You don't know how to ride a bike.
I don't know how to ride a bike.
Well, okay, there's fair reason for it. My brothers attempted to teach me growing up, but I wasn't very good at it. And then we realized that, obviously, I have a learning disability, so not and to the point where I can't really do dance moves and balance on things really well. And I'm very.
Have you been on an exercise bike?
Yeah,
it's the same thing. It just moves.
No, it's not.
It is.
So I've never really been able to actually handle the bike because I panic and then I fall. I panic like within like half a second, so it's not good for my dumb brain. So a shout out to all like the 5-year-olds who can ride a bike. They're already doing better than me.
4-year-olds, 3-year-olds.
But
You know what?
I think I saw a dog riding a bike on TikTok.
Fuck off. I always dreamed of having one of those like adult tricycles, one of those really big ones with the big baskets so I could go shopping.
No.
But they get stolen like all the time. Anyway, I can ride a tricycle because more wheels.
I mean, Stevie Wonder can ride a tricycle as well.
All right.
So okay. So I think the obvious answer is you haven't ridden a motorbike either.
No, I haven't. I can't make them stand up straight. Well,
I mean, it's motorbike's exactly the same as the push bike. It's just you don't touch the pedals, you just hold on for dear life.
Sat on the back of them. I used to ride Pee-wees on the back of Pee-wees.
Oh boy, we're gonna have to start putting together a bucket list for Shelby.
It'll be a bucket list, but it'll look like I'm just dying. But no, I'm not dying. I'm just deprived childhood.
Yeah, it'll look like a deprived childhood. It's. I mean, yeah, basically. I mean, just ride a bike. It's not.
And don't ride my bike because remember how last week we were talking about Lebos and doing dodgy shit?
Oh no, what'd you do?
I said to my dad, I said, "Hey, bro, my handles are too low. Can you raise them?" He goes, "Yeah, professional." He goes, he grabs his tools, he grabs everything, he lifts. It turns out the fucking whole handle's like too short anyway, so we put it back in, and now the fucking wheel doesn't turn, bro. The fucking handle turns, but the wheel doesn't.
Yeah, nice.
No, it's not nice. $500 bike.
Oh, damn.
And now it's fucked. And I'm like, give me a new bike. And he's like, yeah, I'll get one tomorrow. And now the motherfucker's in Mudgee for a week, bro. So now I have no bike and no replacement bike.
Do you like ride to work and shit? Like,
no, I just ride up and down the street.
It's right, yeah. I used to have a housemate. He used to ride.
Like a hoodlum.
He used to,
Like a hoodlum.
a hoodlum.
Yes. No helmet as well.
Oh shit.
Yeah, fucking
In my
breaker over here.
in my suburb, which again it sort of speaks volumes of which side of the tracks that we're living on. But there'd be anywhere between 100 and 150 men in Lycra riding their bikes to and from the coffee shop around the corner from my house. And
fuck, they're all hipsters, aren't they?
They're not hoodlums. they're my hoodlums.
On the flip side, though, in like the local community pages, everyone's always been like, "Hey, whose bike is this? I found it dumped on the side of the road, missing its tires." You know, it's always people getting their bikes stolen. So I don't really know how well off we are over here.
I mean, they did a whole thing of like our building because we're in an apartment building. And they're like, there's like 40 bikes chained up out the front. Whose are all these bikes? And then like they ask for like a month, and they're like, if you don't take your bike and put it away properly, the next week it's gone. And then no one, they were still there, so they just got the fucking bolt cutters out and took 40 bikes away. I have no idea where they came from or why they were there. It's just bikes, man. I don't know. I don't own a bike. I don't care. I really don't care for riding bikes. But I think learning to ride a bike, experiencing riding a motorbike are kind of key life experiences, in my opinion.
Well, okay. My brother had a motorbike, and within like 2 months of each other, he had 2 accidents. So the first one, he came off of his bike on a highway and like slid across it on his back all across the highway. Somehow didn't get hit. He survived. He's fine. 2 months later, he gets T-boned, comes off the bike, hits his knee on the ground, and
go ride your bike on the road. Just go out and drive it around.
But he fractured his knee to a point where the surgeon was very impressed and wrote a paper about how well that he put the knee back together. His kneecap was that broken. And ever since then, my mum is very upset at the idea of any of us riding a bike again. Look,
it's facts, all right? If you ride on a bike, you're probably going to hurt yourself in some way, minor, major, whatever. It's just, at the end of the day, you're literally got legs either side of an engine and 2 wheels. That's away you go. That's it. There's not much else to it. No seatbelts or anything. Not that you'd want that. But
is this why we should tell the viewers that I can't drive either?
I mean, you can drive. You're just not licensed to drive.
One time I got behind the wheel and I had a panic attack. Wow. Can't drive.
So how do you... you work from home, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't need to go. You don't need to drive.
Like, if I wanted to go anywhere here, I could just walk or, like, tram it.
Well, it's got a bike.
It was worse when I lived in the country and there was nothing around me. I couldn't
Ubered everywhere.
Like, I would just be home for months at a time.
They like a year ago, I would have said, hell yeah, we need to get a car. It's a priority. It's just easy to get from A to B and whatever else. Like from my perspective, like if we had a car, we could do a lot more and would be a lot more sociable human beings. Having said that, with the price of fuel and like insurance and just cars in general at the moment, I'm kind of happy not having one. So
Yeah.
Oh, shitbox, bro.
You know what keeps getting suggested to me on Facebook, and it's related to what we were talking about. It's an electric bicycle with like an area for your pet to sit, and it's called a moped. So it looks like a Vespa, but like your dog sits between your knees basically as you drive, and it's like looks like a cage. It's kind of weird looking.
oh yeah,
But
Chip will do that for sure.
I was gonna
That's
say
so
let's
sus.
let's get 2 of those and then take the cat out, and because we have 2 of them, we should buy another cat. So I have to put the cat in another one.
But Shelby, they don't come with 3 wheels.
You can get
Stop
motorbikes
it.
with 3 wheels.
I'll add training.
You've
wheels.
seen those like the motorbikes that have 2 front wheels and then 1 back wheel?
I love those. They're so
Oh
cool.
man, they're so, I don't know, they're weird. they look like they're going backwards. But
Just
Anyway.
like me.
I like the motor tricycles as well. I feel like they look cool. Like the I've seen them, and they usually have like a lot of storage for like shopping and stuff. Perfect.
What about Teslas? Do you like Teslas?
I had a dream that
we got an
like,
Uber that was a Tesla.
Yeah,
They got a Model 3, came picked us up. It was quite nice.
it's got a gaming mode in it.
They were I don't know, Tesla's is sort of like everything from the outside looks good. The actual like recharging and looking after it sounds tedious. And like there's some real horror stories about Teslas if you go down like Reddit and stuff like that. So it's sort of 50-50 on it, but like I like everything that they're doing. I just feel like that give it a few more years and they'll, you know, be a much more like it just getting like an EV electric vehicle anyway seems like pretty cool. Like there's a few decent ones that aren't Tesla now. So and definitely with fuel prices the way they are.
Yeah, fucking fuel prices. Lucky I have diesel. Like the most expensive for me is $2. I see people filling up like $2.40, $2.60. I'm like, you fucking sad.
I mean,
cunts.
in New Zealand it's nearly $4 or in some areas
Yeah.
over $4.
It's pretty fucked.
So
$4. I'm buying
Yeah.
a Tesla, bro. No wonder why every Lebo has sold his AMG and bought a Tesla. They've done this. I swear to God, they've done this thing. There was a news report, and it's like the state with the most Teslas, or the suburb with the most Teslas, and it was Canterbury Bankstown.
no
I swear to
way.
God, every single Lebo is selling their AMG, and they're buying a Tesla because the Teslas are faster and they're about $100,000 cheaper and no petrol. There is so many Teslas on the road; it's unbelievable. No joke, every fourth.
What happens
maybe
when they
fifth car is a Tesla.
release an electric AMG?
Fuck, shut the gates. Well, actually, you know what? You reckon that's patented yet?
Oh, you're
You're
get
going
out there?
to
You got to
make-
make
you're
an
going to-
electric car. You can't even adjust the height on your fucking bicycle.
Me? It was my dad.
You asked him to do it.
You know what? I'm
You know what?
sick of it.
Yeah.
Sick of it. I'm buying a Tesla right now.
Do it. Buy Tesla.
Full self-driving capability. $10,000 on top. No, I'm alright, bro.
Do I need
Estimated
a driver's
delivery.
Are you
license?
Like,
shopping
9
for
months.
Teslas right now?
Yeah, bro.
I don't. If I get a Tesla that's self-driving, I don't need a driver's license, do I?
No, yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
No.
You're getting
Okay, so
it.
if I want to buy a Tesla, I have to pay $350 today, and then I pay $69,000 when the Tesla arrives in 6 to 9 months.
Correct, yeah.
No, I'm alright. I don't want it. I need that $350.
Need that 350.
No.
Oh man. Speaking of, I mentioned Adelaide has not much to do. There's a short clip that I chucked in the podcast topics, which was just I just lolled a lot, and it was it was in Adelaide. It's called Adelaide's Thriving Nightlife, and it's basically this guy stumbling out of a pub so drunk, then straight up just vomits on the ground as he comes out, then steps in the vomit and slips over and lands in his own vomit. And I was just like, Adelaide, man, they're just built different.
Oh, yeah.
I
They're
had to
built
take
different.
a second. I had to take a second to watch it. And he lands on his backpack like a turtle.
Yuck. Yuck, I hate vomit.
The thing that gets me, right, it was very high up on Reddit. People were like, wow, that's what Adelaide's like. You know, this is... All the
I'm gonna send
comments...
it to Josh. Ask him if it's true.
So yeah. Just ask him. Reddit's great. Reddit's like I don't even read news websites anymore. I just read Reddit. There's news websites that are just full of shit most of the time. I'm not saying that this podcast is any less full of shit, but
What do you mean, bro? We have 100% back legitimate sources.
yes,
All my cousins, they're all the legit
I'm a
sources.
cousins and uncles and nephews and nieces and all of them. They all
And
sources.
His uncle put ivermectin in his belly button so you can trust him.
Yeah, 100%. Number one scientist over here.
Good source of information.
So I want to. There's a Reddit article that I read, and I just went, "What the fuck?" And then I posted in there. Then I said, "Don't read it," because I want to read it out because it's something. It's something. But so I want to read it out to you. All right. It's I forget what does TIFU stand for?
Today I fucked up.
Today I fucked up. Driving my date to her friend's house. It's called. So, man, I just fucking this. I'm just gonna read it. All right, and you guys just stop me when there's a red flag. Right?
No red flags. I haven't seen it, so I'm gonna hear it all.
Yeah, no, but you tell me when the red flag appears because this man. Yes.
Aha.
Okay, so last night I went. This is from his point of view, not me. Last night I went on what could be described as the shortest, saddest Tinder date ever. The girl was really cute.
I already know what it is, but yeah, you can go.
The girl was really cute and seemed really interested in getting to know me. She was so keen to hang out with me, she even suggested that I pick her up from her place, and I agreed. Cut to us driving in my car. She was even more attractive in person, and the conversation was no obstacle either. We were having a good time until she told me to drive her to a location that was not our date location. It was a friend's place. There was something of hers that the friend had that she needed to pick up, and the house was along the way, so I didn't mind. When we got there, she went inside while I waited in the driveway. I waited for about 10 minutes before I sent my first message requesting an update. No response. Eventually I called, still nothing. So finally I decided to walk up to the house and knock on the door. A tall guy answered the door, good-looking tattoos, classic case of not the kind of guy you'd bring home to your parents type. He asked if I wanted to come in, and I said, no, I'm actually waiting for my date to come out so we could leave. He told me she's not coming out anytime soon because she's having sex with his roommate. I don't know what my facial expression was at that moment, but the tattoo guy decided to give me a hug without warning and said he used to fuck her as well. And based on his experience, there's better pussy out there. Not gonna lie, I did shed a tear or two on my way home. The morning I received a message from my so-called date, the message blamed the striking Ubers in the city that forced her to find other alternatives to getting around. Hence the Tinder date. So I deleted the number without even responding.
That actually just makes me feel really bad.
I think it's genius.
That is like, it's like evil genius, but it's also poor bloke. Like, he's like, that's some trauma. He's not.
He deserves it.
What do you mean he deserves it?
He deserves it. Why are you driving her to a mate's house, bro?
Yeah, I know. That's the red flag for me, is when it's like, hey, I need to just go pop off to a mate's place.
She said to him that she just needed to get something from them. Obviously, she
needed to get dick from them.
And if this guy seems nice, so maybe he was like, oh yeah, it's probably just like a girlfriend needing and she needs to pick up like a jacket or something. Who knows? He obviously didn't assume the worst.
Too trusting. Way too trusting.
You think he should have assumed the worst of this person?
Should have at least had a follow-up question.
Yeah, my Lebo would have came out like, who the fuck you going to? Whose house is that? Is it a guy or a girl? Like, fucking fuck. Oh, bro.
I just love that she had the audacity to message the next day like, hey, no hard feelings, I just needed a ride.
Yeah.
It has a double meaning in this case.
I see a lot of posts on like today I fucked up, or there's like the one that's all about I think it's /r relationships, and am I the asshole as well as a good subreddit.
Oh, I love him.
Oh man, I like it. I know a lot of it is probably fake because people write a lot of fake stuff to get attention and just like seem funny and they want upvotes. But a lot of it, if it's like very real, makes me really worried for the future of this world. Some people are just absolutely vile. And also, one thing I really have noticed like a trend lately is people writing not today I fucked up, am I the asshole post being like, my partner was really into such and such hobby. I took away such and such item from his hobby and like threw it out the window. Am I an asshole?
Yes.
And like, it's like, this one was just like, this guy spent forever collecting Warhammer figurines.
Oh no.
And like had a massive collection, and she donated them all.
Well,
And
she donated them.
because she wanted his attention, so she donated them all, and therefore thought, if I get rid of his hobby, he'll have to pay more attention to me. And this guy was like crying and stuff like that. Like, if your partner really has like a hobby they're interested in and they love, why would you throw away their stuff?
Hang on, are they still together? Are they still together?
No, he dumped her.
Oh, good. Well, that's fine.
But like, she's like, am I the asshole? Did I deserve this? So everyone's like, yes, unanimously it was a yes, you deserved it.
What do you reckon they do with that information? They've discovered that they're the asshole. What do they do now?
People post in that subreddit because they want people to say, "Oh no, you weren't the asshole." They want to feel justified, and if they don't get the result they want,
I'm sorry. What is that, Vince?
Okay, that's a real.
Please read that one.
Okay, so Vince just posted, hang
on. It says that today I fucked up by using coconut oil to eat ass.
Is this allergy based? Can you read this out?
Hang on, I have a question first. How did you get this so quickly? How did you find this so quickly? You got this bookmarked or what?
No, I read it a couple of days ago. It just popped in my head, so I had to find it.
Yeah, okay, all right. This fuck up occurs after a recent innovation in the bedroom. Oh, that's a great way to start the sentence. Coconut oil. It's great. It's solid until it's on your skin, and then it's a wonderful, long-lasting lubricant that tastes delicious and is easy to clean up afterward. What's see any issues so far? That's been my go-to with my partner for a few months now. However, whenever I'm down on that ass, oh god, okay. What's the fuck up, you ask? Me and my coconut oil-loving partner decided on a Thai food double date. I don't like where this is going. My partner orders a bowl of coconut curry. I get some fried rice. You see there, this is going yet? She offers me a bite of her curry, and I accept. Instant boner. The curry tastes like going down on her booty. Coconut oil heaven. So here I am, rock hard, sitting at the table with our best friends, doing my best to hide my extremely inappropriate physical reaction to an otherwise perfectly delicious but decently not sexual coconut curry. So basically, he's Pavloved himself. It says here, the TLDR, I've Pavloved myself into getting a boner wherever I taste coconuts.
My god.
Number one comment, I don't think you fucked up. I think it's an unlocked a perk.
Is that a perk though?
I mean, he's never going to need a blue pill in his life. He just munched down on some coconut.
Or curry.
Or curry. Or what, the pina colada?
You like pina colada?
Oh, man.
That's a lot.
Pavlov would be proud. Pavlov's
oh my
dong.
god, I almost posted this in ORP. My bad.
That's the wrong Discord, my friend.
What, is this another one? Are you finding more?
Oh, no.
No. That's the line right there. That's it. No, we're not crossing that. What the fuck?
That's how this podcast episode gets rated R18,
Yeah,
and then
nah.
we get like half the views as normal.
Nah. Just no. Let's stop. This right here. This is what the problem with Reddit is. There is no line on Reddit. It just keeps going down this rabbit hole.
There's no rules
until you realize that you're going to hell. Basically.
Look, the TLDR is if you're sick, stay home. So we'll leave them with that then.
Have any of you guys posted on Reddit before, like seeking advice?
Seeking advice? No, not really.
No.
I have legal advice.
What did you post in legal advice?
I'll tell you now. Give me 1 second. I'll find it. It was
I think I've posted. If anything I've ever posted, it's all been gaming related. So there's nothing spicy or saucy. But Yahoo Answers, that's a different kettle of fish over there.
Posted on Yahoo Answers?
No.
I think my favorite Yahoo Answers thing, and it was turned into a meme and like a video, is that this compilation of people who are asking, could I be pregnant? But like in different...
I can get pregante. On?
Nah, my favorite was there was a young lady on there who was pregnant, and she asked, how does she know it's hers?
What?
Exactly.
That's what I posted. I posted on r/Sydney. Hey guys, last long weekend I got pulled over for an RBT and didn't have my green P plates on. The officer had a look and told me they weren't on. I told him I was in my mum's car because mine is in repairs, and I had them on in the morning, and they probably got stolen at work. He took my license for about 5 minutes. It came back with a set of P plates. He gave them to me, and he said, go to the RTA and grab some as they're free. Fast forward a week later, I get a fine in the mail, and I lost 2 demerit points.
Oh, really?
I was told on the day I wouldn't be receiving a fine. Just curious to know if they have to inform you that you're getting fined at the time, or can they just send you a fine without notice?
What the fuck? That's
So what was the verdict on that?
I ended up paying the fine because one of the comments is like, "Oh, take it to court." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Fuck, I'm not doing that."
Yeah,
Like,
I'm pretty
I've got better
sure.
shit to do.
I'm pretty sure the general advice would be, well, did you break the law? Yes, then you get a fine. Like questioning
But I mean,
whether or
they were
not.
in the car in the morning. Like,
Yeah, no, but like questioning whether or not the question is, can they fine you when they didn't say they were going to fine you on the day? And the answer is, well, if you break the law, then yes, they can.
yeah, but shouldn't they give me a fine on the spot?
They don't have to.
Really?
Yeah, they don't have to. They should, but they're still within their legal rights to send you a fine.
What a fucking sad.
That's
time.
probably what he was doing with your license, was taking down your details.
What a grub.
Yeah, pretty much.
Stop breaking the law.
Stop breaking the law.
Someone broke it for me. They stole me P plates.
Typical.
Typical fucking Arabs.
Oh my god.
They weren't even Arabs. It was bloody Italians, mate.
Oh, damn,
Oh my God.
Damn
The bloody Italians.
We are just complete sideways tangent here, but I just finished playing Grand Theft Auto. I finished the story for the first time. Grand Theft Auto 5.
You just finished it for the first
For
time?
the first time.
And you have like 6,000 hours in GTA and you finally finish the story.
Finished the story.
Good job.
A, B, or C?
What do you mean?
What ending did you pick? A, B, or C?
I kept them alive.
Okay, so C.
Yeah. So, I've always played up to like that last heist that you do, and then that's always been like when I just get sick of the game and stop playing it, basically. But playing it through again, it's still very relevant and very well written for a game that's 9 years old. It's still
It is
pretty damn relevant to today.
It holds up. It holds up better than Skyrim.
Yeah, and I mentioned to Barjo, it's like 9 years ago, he probably reviewed the game back on Good Game. And he said that was good, but he didn't like how they treat females in that game. And now when you look at it in a hindsight, they really do just treat females like second-class citizens in that game. Like throughout the entire story, there's never a powerful or an inspiring female in that game. And then I thought about it even further to like RP and like dev work and working on making GTA RP servers. Like the female peds have less health, and like Shelby was saying, they don't fight back when you attack them.
Yes.
They really have an issue with the women.
I don't think 6 is going to have that issue because if the rumors are correct,
think so.
main character is a female.
That would be the right choice, yeah?
Or one of them. I think it's like 2 characters and one of
Yeah.
them is a female and she's like an undercover cop or something.
There's been like this whole thing in like media and stuff like that. You know, I guess most of it would be back when GTA 5 first came out, where people were really afraid to have women be like antagonists. Was kind of antagonists that weren't like witches in fairy tale books and things like that. Like having a traditional female antagonist was not common. And having women be the sort of personality that is inclusive in GTA. So,
but
imagine,
to my point, I know what you're saying, right? But to the point that I was making when I made a tweet and stuff about it is that roleplay, which is we use all the assets from GTA, including the lore in a lot of cases, to play out our own stories. The amount of female characters who play all manners of roles in that GTA lore, and it's like you wouldn't even pick that it's out of the norm. It's like there's no reason for them to do it. Like it's satire is what it is.
mm-hmm.
They're reflecting what American corporate or capitalism's like in a satire way. But yeah, I don't know. It put a bit of a sour taste to the whole game. The whole game itself still has some great fucking moments. And it's very I still would recommend it to someone who's like, hey, I want to play a game. I don't play many games. Like it's like GTA is a wild ride, start to finish, and you can pretty much do whatever you want through it. But yeah, it was just interesting. But they couldn't get away with making that same game now. Like people would cancel them basically.
People get cancelled for anything these days, man.
Yeah,
I
but
have a question for the both of you.
Sometimes
But yeah, I agree. No, I agree with you. Yeah,
yeah. Sometimes they deserve it.
yeah, 100%.
But
so speaking of story player games,
Yeah.
what is the both of your Oh, fuck, I don't even know how to put it in a sentence. I'm in awe right now. Your favorite story game, both of you.
Story game, like start,
your favorite
finish?
storyline, your favorite story in any game. Like, what's the best game you've ever played story-wise?
Man, I've played so many though. The
That's
thing is,
why-
okay, so
yeah.
like I posted a thing, and again, it was on Reddit, it's on IGN, did as well, but they've done their top 100 games of all time, right? And when I was looking through it, I'm like, you know what? There's games here that, like, there's no game here that you'd play and go, oh, that wasn't very good. Like, they're all fucking spectacular games. But in terms of story, I think in terms of, like, there's so many. Like, I like Zelda. Like, I love Zelda, but it's like, I love all the lore and everything that goes with it all. I love Mass Effect, like Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. Like, the way you play that through, I mean, you do it your own way, but the story's fantastic. Games they had on this list, like they had Portal 2. I remember playing through Portal 2 story, and I'm like, this is mind-blowing. And then, without spoiling the ending, but the ending was like, I'm like, oh, I wonder if I just do this. And then you do it, and it works. And like, holy shit, they thought everything. It's fantastic. Other games that got on this, like Red Dead Redemption 2, it's a slog. Like, it's a long, long-ass game. A lot to do. A lot of people haven't made it to the end, but the end is worth it.
That's my favorite game of all time.
Red Dead came out. It was around PAX time, I think, when it came out.
Yeah, it was August or September 2018.
Yeah, and I remember playing it, and no one was watching. I was playing it every night. I had like maybe 4 people watching, and I'm like, this is good, but this is going to kill my streaming career if I keep playing it. So I just put a pin in it, and then I went home to my parents' place, and they had a brand new 75-inch HDR 4K TV, and I plugged it into that, and it was beautiful. Funny. And I set my recliner up in front of it, just reclined and played it for like 2 days straight. And when I got to that ending in that big screen and like top graphics, far out, it just hit different. I'm like, fuck, this is awesome. I was a little sad that I didn't get to share it with the 3 people that were watching, but it's like, man, it was good. And I tell people, I'm like, it's good. It might feel like a slog to get towards the end, but once you get the end, there's a payoff there. Yeah, it's good and it's finished.
It's well worth it.
Another one's Last of Us. Last of Us 1 and 2 both have a phenomenal third act. Like 2 got so much hate for reasons that are story related, but the end of that was like, just when I thought it was over, they just keep laying in punches, and you go, "What the fuck is this?" And when it finally finishes, you're almost relieved. You almost go, "Oh, thank God that's over," because I don't think I could take anymore at this point. It's good, and it's really good. And like another one a lot of people talk about is like The Witcher. Witcher 3 is like a huge one, and The Witcher just announced that they got a new
game coming,
new series coming. Really, is what they've said. So, Bioshock's a good one. Again, doesn't kind of hits different now. Sort of once you figure out the twist, it's sort of whatever. But Bioshock, I loved Bioshock Infinite. When that finished, I think that was the first time that like the game finished, and I went, I don't even know what happened. I went to YouTube and watched like 4 hours of lore explanation as to what actually fucking happened. And then once I knew what happened, I'm like, wow, that's really clever. I really like that. God of War, which just had a TV show announced, becoming important. The God of War game on the PS4 one, which is on PC now, is stunning. Like it's like playing a blockbuster movie, start to finish. And like it's again, it's not one that like you don't really get to share it with a lot of people. You just sort of play it and whatever. But that's a game you can play through the whole story and finish it, and only done like 30% of the game. Like there's entire worlds that you don't go to. You just go to for lore's sake or side missions or whatever. But really enjoyed that. That was good as well. I'm just flicking through this list to see what other games jump to mind.
What about you, Shelby? What's your favorite game?
Story-driven game, Shelby.
Yeah, I played a lot of story-driven games. Thank you very much. Big fan of Life is Strange. I think that was a story game where the episodic nature of it made me really anticipate every chapter.
So, I don't want to cut you off too. I just want a quick tangent there. For people that have been asking me about what game they should play, like as a first, they want to just get into story-driven games. Life is Strange has been my recommendation to everyone. And someone said, "Oh, maybe. It's like, has it got a good soundtrack?" I'm like, "Fucking oath it does." No, all right, I'm sold. And I actually, Shelby, you haven't seen it yet because it turned up today. but I got Life is Strange Before the Storm, the limited special edition. I found it online for $30. Comes with the soundtrack, like a CD and an art book and everything with it.
Cool.
So, very cool. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to say Life is Strange is a spectacular game.
I put my old NAS up on eBay for $130 on auction.
You put what up?
My old NAS.
Yeah.
It just sold for $230. I'm cheering.
Mate, you're rich.
Mate, I'm rich, mate. I had it up buy now for $220 and auction for $130, and it sold for more than I had it on buy now. So I'm cheering.
Anyway, Shelby, what other games?
Yeah, like I was saying, Life is Strange was always big for me because it got to a point where I was on holiday when the final chapter came out, so I was like crouched over a really shitty laptop trying to play it and trying to get through the story because I just enjoyed it that much. Played a lot of DS games that were really story heavy that I have strong connection to, like over my childhood. So things like, surprisingly, like the Professor Layton series has really good story along with like puzzles, especially like with the fully animated cutscenes and everything like that were always really good. Avalon Code, which is my favorite game of all time. Obviously story is a big part of that, and you basically you basically are trying to save the world, but you're not necessarily saving the world. You're trying to literally save like aspects of the world to build a new world because the world is ending. And you have to find all the pages of the book to save all the information to build the new world, which is really cool. And you use the bottom screen of the DS to build the new world, which is cool as well. And also I really liked the Metal Gear Solid series, at least the early iterations of the Metal Gear Solid series for story as well.
I reckon
Probably
I reckon you forgot again.
Eater.
I reckon. What about Road 96? Where's that land?
Road 96 is good, has a good story, but I wish there was more to it.
Okay,
it could have been longer.
There's a Road 96. I don't want to say rip-off. Let's say inspired game out called Hitchhiker. It's almost the same game.
I might have to
the rip-off.
It's not a rip-off. Going through some other games that are on this list. StarCraft, which, you know, it's an RTS, but it has a pretty good story. Fallout New Vegas, pretty nuts. Obviously Resident Evil, Skyrim's in here as well. Metal Gear Solid made it in the list. Final Fantasy 14. The Half-Life games. It's interesting when, like, if I go through the list. All right, so obviously Last of Us is there. Witch is there. Mario is in there. There's also Tomb Raider. And there's a reason why I'm listing these games in particular. Uncharted. And also the Donkey Kong. And basically, all these games that I've listed are turning into either a TV show or a movie in the next year. Like, all of them. I've got, like, the Mario movie's meant to come out this year. So, but yeah, an Uncharted.
Mario movie?
Yeah. Starring Chris Pratt. And what's his name? What's the stoner guy that he goes...
Seth Rogen?
Yeah. He's playing Donkey Kong.
Yeah,
and he's getting his own Donkey Kong movie. So.
And Chris Pratt is not doing a Mario voice; he's using his own voice. So Mario's not Italian anymore, guys.
Yeah, and like Tomb Raider, they did a movie. It didn't do too well, but the game is a much better story than the movie. So there's that. But now it's coming out as an animated movie, and there's also a Tekken animated movie coming. The Castlevania animation's really good. Like, super happy with that. Halo started yesterday. Came out on Paramount Plus. They are digging deep into games in the movie. So we list these as fantastic story games. They listed that as potential movies. And there's Monster Hunter. That was a good movie. We loved that one.
That was a terrible movie.
Yeah. But the Uncharted one, which I haven't talked about on the podcast before, but we talked about it in stream and stuff.
Good.
It's decent. Like, it's decent. It reminded me a lot of Pirates of the Caribbean, in the sense that the story is more about spectacle than actually having any sort of depth or meaning to it, which is fine. There's a little tidbits in it. There was one scene in particular, and it's not a spoiler because it's in the fucking trailer, all right? And it's in the game, where the cargo plane that's losing its cargo that's like dangling out of the back of it, and Nathan Drake, Tom Holland, falls out the back, and he manages to grab onto it, and he's swinging in the breeze or whatever. But then, like, and this is, like, I just hated this because it took me out of the moment. But then he, like, pulls himself up and he's standing on top of one of these crates, which are blowing in the wind. And then he's just jumping from crate to back to the plane. And I'm just like, shouldn't that be really fucking windy? Like, shouldn't he, like, the second he jumped, just get sucked off into the breeze and disappear?
I done that last week, bro. Trust me, it's easy.
Oh, I did. You did it last week? Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
But it's like, that's the one thing in that whole movie that took me out of the moment. Everything, and I know that they only really did it because it's in the game. Yeah. And they just wanted to pay homage to it. But the story itself, nothing to do with the game. A lot of the characters are sort of, kind of roughly modeled around the game. The whole end sequence and stuff like that's all originally done, and it's all quite good. And it's definitely getting a sequel because it's made more money than any other video game movie in the last couple of years. So definitely coming along. But yeah, I was surprised.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat didn't do well.
No, I like Mortal Kombat. That was good.
I can't believe Mario is no longer Italian.
That's the part you latched onto.
I mean,
I'm so upset right now.
It caused outrage.
Doesn't even say that he's Italian anymore. Like, on anything.
I mean, originally like Italian.
Yeah, originally, yeah, but I'm saying like any of his content recently.
His name is Mario.
That's like saying fucking Osama bin Laden's not Arab.
Oh my god.
No one's saying that.
Exactly, and why are people saying Mario's not Italian, bro? He's Italian.
Just like the thing is, all right. So from a Mario, like park Mario, the real life Mario, who's an Italian plumber, to one side. At the moment, he's a mascot from a Japanese gaming company where he's most popular in both Japan and America, where they've made a Super Mario Land in Japan, and they're making Super Mario Land, or two of them, in America now. Like they don't care about some random Italian actor that they're going to get to play Mario. Like,
Chris could have put on a fake Italian accent.
Okay, yeah.
Hang on, you get cancelled for that.
Have you played GTA 4?
You'll get cancelled for GTA 4.
No, have you played GTA 4?
Yeah. I love GTA 4.
So Niko Bellic, whatever, Bosnian, Croatian, he's some form of Middle Eastern European, right?
Yeah.
Imagine they make a GTA 4 movie and they put an Australian guy in.
They wanted to make a GTA TV show for the longest time.
Yeah, I think that'll be trash. I don't think they should do that.
All right, so Niko Bellic was played by Jeff. No,
he's American. He's American, and he puts the accent on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But imagine they're making a movie based off Niko Bellic or Roman Bellic, and then they go hire some Australian guy to do it, and they just lose the accent.
I mean, I don't agree with Chris.
Which is the number one touch about him.
Okay, I do not agree with Chris Pratt doing the voice. Okay, there is one simple reason why anybody has any reason to hire Chris Pratt, and I'm sorry, my dude, but it's that he banks. Every single thing that he touches makes money. All of it. So it's like I was surprised they didn't announce that The Rock was playing Donkey Kong. It's the same thing. Everything The Rock touches turns to gold. He can't fuck up.
I don't know who Chris Pratt is.
You don't know who Chris Pratt is.
No, bro.
Guardians of the Galaxy, Star-Lord.
I don't watch movies.
You should do. You fucking lie.
I swear to God, I don't. I've never seen Guardians of the Galaxy.
Have you seen Parks and Rec?
What the hell's Parks and Rec?
TV show.
Nah, bro. I watch wrestling on TV and Family Guy.
Oh, so you know who The Rock is then?
Bro, I knew The Rock before you knew The Rock. Me and The Rock go back, bro, to the 90s.
What do you mean? I knew The Rock in the 90s.
No, you didn't, bro. You didn't watch wrestling.
Didn't you smell what The Rock?
It's if you smell. Who's your favorite wrestler? The Rock.
Oh, no, probably Stone Cold.
Wow, really?
Yeah. That was my era, though. That's when I actually gave a shit about wrestling. It was when Stone Cold was it. And I used to get all the games. I used to get the games and just play them all night.
Oh, WWE 2K22 is so good.
Is it? I've seen
so good.
I've seen people making like meme matches and make all these weird random characters and shit and throw them in there.
Oh, I got Thor, I got Spider-Man, Kermit, Homer Simpson, all these weird characters, and then I got me and my dad as characters as well. Both 100 overall. You know what I'm saying?
They had it was like development hell for that game. Like that was so close to just not happening, and they managed
because what happened was WWE kept firing wrestlers, so
Correct.
WWE actually fired 74 wrestlers over the last year, and they had to cut out so much content and so much characters. It got to a point where they're just
they had all these characters that they've coded into the game that they didn't have the license for anymore.
No, they left a lot of them in, and they've just said, "Here, take your royalties. We can't cut them out."
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's about 20 wrestlers in there that got cut about 4 months ago.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do?
In the game.
What are you going to do at that point? 4 months? That's fine.
They cut out so much story stuff as well. And based off what they found in the code, it looks like some really good stuff. So I'm spewed.
Yeah. I'd say the only other thing I'd say about story games and stuff like that, when I went and saw the Uncharted, it had its own Marvel style intro. with like the spinning logo with all the different movies in it, stuff like that. So it had Sony, but it had like all their Sony games in it. I'm like, oh, here we go. They're gonna be pumping movies like crazy. I mean, Sony just brought the rights from Bungie, so they brought Bungie, and straight away they're like, oh, Destiny, man, we're gonna turn it into all sorts of things, including like television. So that was their game, was to not just necessarily buy a game studio, but buy all their IPs so they can have all that access to make movies and shit like that.
Fucking
no one has original ideas anymore. They just go for whatever's easy.
I do.
Having said that, Sonic movie comes out next week.
That's not original.
I want a furry controller. No context.
You have to give some context. It's a podcast.
Okay, Xbox is doing a sweepstakes for an Xbox Series X that is themed off of the Sonic and Knuckles movie, and the controllers it comes with have fake fur on them. They're just completely covered in fur to be like Sonic and Knuckles was killed and then brutalized and turned into controllers.
How many of those control pads do you reckon exist? Like, how many did they reckon they made for this sweepstakes?
I saw a couple influencers with them, so...
Oh, really?
I have.
Where the fuck's my control pad?
I would like one.
I'm an influencer.
But I figured
Where's
out.
your control pad?
I know how I would do it. So if you just wanted to take me to Spotlight, I'll go and get some fake fur.
Oh, in my car or on the bike?
In an Uber, and we can make some.
What do you mean?
I want to make fake fur controllers. What didn't you understand about that?
What do you need to go buy that you can't just buy online?
Fake fur.
Can't buy fake fur online?
Not reliably, no. It's very expensive.
It just reminds me of when they did the McDonald's PlayStation control pad, and then they forgot to tell McDonald's or something. So then, like, they'd sent out this McDonald's control pad to some influencers, and they started putting up all these things for McDonald's Gaming Week and stuff like that. And then McDonald's like, no, you can't use our logo like this.
Unauthorized.
So then they just pulled the pin on everything. But there's like a select few of McDonald's PlayStation 5 controllers kicking around, and they got to be worth something. And that's the other thing as well. What are you fucking going to do with your furry control pad? What are you going to do with that?
Play games.
You're not going to play. You put it on the shelf with the other control pads.
That's because you don't use control pads.
You can't use a furry control pad.
Shut your whore mouth. You have the Forza controller that you bought and you refuse to touch.
I smell it every now and then.
It's beautiful. You do sniff it. It's a bit weird. But you also have, mind you, I bought you this in December for Christmas.
All right.
Shut up. You have an Xbox Elite controller. In packaging, has not been used. Vince, you tell him he needs to use it.
Well, I'll take it. You don't need it.
Well, according to Shelby, I don't use it, so...
Yeah, exactly. I'll take it. You don't need it.
Yeah,
he doesn't use it to drive in.
You take it. That's fine.
Look, I haven't had a game that plays with control pad.
No, then find one.
Okay. What
you gotta use it, otherwise I'm taking it back to JB Hi-Fi and getting my $300 back.
No, I'll take it. He doesn't need it.
I mean, it's a really nice control. I'm sure we'll use it eventually.
No, I just want to say, in general, you're the worst person to buy things for because you just leave them on the shelf.
It's not my fault that Xbox have such beautiful control pads when I play mainly PlayStation games. All right? That's not my fault.
If I bought you a really nice,
PlayStation controller?
Elite controller, you'll use it?
They don't have them. They don't
I'll
exist.
make one. I'll do it.
I don't want a fluffy... You can't call it Elite for being a fluffy control pad.
I'll do it.
I'll take it. You don't need it.
It's... Look. It's purely that I don't have... There's not many games. Like, I wanted to play Halo, but the new Halo is not co-op. So I've been just waiting for them to put co-op in there, because then, I might play a game.
All I'm hearing is a bunch of excuses.
All right, fuck it. I'll play single player. I won't ever fucking play co-op games with you.
Good,
Is that
no
what you want to hear?
For you. No friends for you. Just play using the controller, and I'm happy.
Wow. I'll just go fuck myself, I guess.
Not until after you play the game.
Yeah, I have to see you use it, and then you can go. Can go do whatever you want with the controller.
Oh, look, it's not my fault that I haven't played many. I'm playing PlayStation games. I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah.
There's so many.
Honestly, the last 5 minutes, all I've heard is excuses. Shelby's right.
Exactly.
Getting ganged up on. I feel bullied.
He's also I buy you anything, you leave it on the shelf forever.
You know what? Let's cancel him for not using his stuff.
I'm gonna cancel him.
Hashtag cancelled.
For what?
Agreed.
For not using your Elite controller.
For not appreciating your girlfriend.
Wow.
Yeah, appreciate your missus.
Okay, this is getting really turned around. I just want to say that the reason most of these things sit in fucking boxes and stuff is because they're fucking expensive. And I know that if I put anything out in the open, it'll probably get broken. All right?
Yeah, but are you going to sell it? Or are you going to just keep it in the box? Then just open
I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it one day.
Use it.
I'm using it now. All right? You hear this? Hear this noise? That's me opening the box. I'm going to use it. I'm going to fucking use it. I'm using it.
You've damaged the box.
Fuck, I have damaged the box.
You just knocked $20 off the resale value.
No, we're not selling it. I'm keeping it on the shelf.
We'll use it, then I won't sell it.
This is reminding me a lot of that Simpsons episode where comic book guy opens up the Star Wars fucking thing where he's fighting Xena.
Look, I opened it because Shelby told me to, so it's already lost.
If you don't use that controller, I will go to Spotlight. I will make a hairy.
You want to make? You want to turn the $300 Xbox controller into a furry one? You know what you should do? You should make. You should make it. Keep it the Sonic theme, right? You should make another one that's
Tails
pink,
controller.
and make it an Amy controller, and then post it on the socials and stuff.
I'd have to make somehow like big boobas on it because Amy's all big. Wait, no, not Amy. That's the Bat Lady's all big boobas.
Shelby's playing a different game. All right.
I'm very confused.
Yeah, I don't know what
there's a Bat character.
Are you playing one of those ROM hack games where like they're a little bit different? Like that time that I played Sonic the Fat Hog.
Rouge the Bat. It's Rouge
Oh my
the
god!
Bat.
Speaking of fucking ROM hacks, bro, I went to Lebanon in 2009 and I bought GTA San Andreas.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck it was, bro, but you put it in and the map was completely customized to be like the border of Syria and Jordan.
Oh my god!
And every single radio station was Arab music. All the cars were customized to be Arab cars.
What was it on? Was it on PlayStation?
It was on PC. It was on PC. I have the CD, but the problem is the CD is very, very scratched, so I can't actually install it anymore.
You played it too much. You played it way too much.
It was the most fucked up, like, modded game I've ever seen. It was just all fucking, like, Syria and Jordan and Lebanon, bro, because you know how San Andreas is, like, 3 or 4 different places? But it was all Arab countries, and your character wasn't CJ. He was just, like, some Arab guy, and he walked around in, like, the Arab sheikh robe.
What the hell?
It was the funniest thing ever, bro.
What the hell? Oh, man,
So
if you can find me some pics or something, send it to me. I'll put them up on the socials. That's hilarious.
I've got to find the CD. I've got the CD somewhere. It was like GTA San Andreas Black Edition or something.
Because, like, I've been looking at, like, ROM hacks and stuff, because you see them on, like
I love ROM hacks.
Alibaba and stuff like that, where it's like GTA 7 on the Sega Mega Drive. I'm like, well, it's definitely not GTA 7 then, is it? It's like, what is it, though, is my question. Like, do I have to go buy this obvious rip-off game just to find out what this mystery prize is going to be?
I do have a cartridge sitting on my shelf that is a 4-in-1 Mega Drive game, and I still haven't tried it yet.
I mean, I brought Pirates of the Caribbean on Sega Mega Drive. So I'm pretty sure the Mega Drive was finished before Pirates of the Caribbean came out, but
by many years, at least a decade.
So, you know, we'll have to plug in the Mega Drive one day and find out what the mystery prizes are.
I love ROM hacks. I love fake games. It's the best.
It's definitely. I'm actually thinking of just finding a heap of them, play a heap, just record a heap, put it on YouTube, just so that people like me who wonder what the fuck's on these things can find out and save them the money. And don't support piracy, because
that's what piracy
it's
is
a
about.
part. Look, like knockoff games is a part of video game history.
Yeah, I understand that, and also like there's homebrew stuff where people make their own version of stuff. Like there's ones where people have made Sonic and Shadow the Hedgehog, but it's they've reskinned Knuckles to be Shadow and shit like that. Like that shit's kind of cool. I don't mind that too much, but it's when they blatantly be like, here it is. This is God of War on the Super Nintendo. Like, okay, I'll take your word for it, brother. It's got ray tracing and everything.
Fuck yeah, now we're talking. About the X-Men.
Oh, anyway, man. I am dead ass serious about wanting to go and make a controller. So
do it then.
All right.
Do it then. Spend all your money, make it a controller.
Do it.
I need to buy a controller first.
Oh my god, I've got a few on the shelf.
I'll use yours. Yeah, that's right. I'll take your Forza Horizon Rainbow controller.
You will fucking not.
It's got the perfect colored buttons.
It's beautiful. It smells nice too.
Do it.
You can always buy. Yeah, you can buy. You can have I got a cheap one. It's like $15 or something.
No, that's not the same. It's got to be official.
See about a pre-owned one then. Get a pre-owned one.
Yes. Or maybe I'll do a PlayStation one. I don't know. Xbox. If I put it on Xbox and like quote retweet the main tweet with the fairy controllers.
And what say? Fuck you, sweepstakes. I bet my own.
Yeah, I might get some attention. Give me attention, please.
Make a pink one and then be like, oh, if only I had the red and blue one, that'd be pretty cool, don't you think?
I would say I should make a Tails edition. Make get the peachy colored.
I guess no one likes Tails.
I like Tails.
No one likes Tails.
What?
Tails. I like Tails.
You do not. You don't even know what we're talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
And on that bombshell, I reckon we'll wrap it up for this week. because Shelby needs to go make a control pad real quick.
I need to go to Spotlight.
Need to go to Spotlight.
Spotlight.
I haven't been to Spotlight in years. It's probably for good reason. There's nothing there for me. But yeah, let's wrap things up. Thanks for listening, everybody, and make sure that you like and subscribe and follow or whatever you do on whichever platform you're listening to. Leave us a comment. Should I use my Elite control pad or should I give it to Vince? We'll take a poll in the comments there and see where that lands next time. Vince, you can't vote.
That's fine. I'll vote, but if it actually votes me, I'll pay for shipping.
Oh, that's awfully nice
you're such
of you.
a gentleman.
Thank you. You're a good man.
Before we wrap up, though, it's that time where we should plug ourselves. Shelby, did you want to plug something this week?
Shellbunny.com has all my stuff on it about me.
What's the ETA on your body pillows?
I need to make a Kickstarter so people can kickstart it.
Okay.
So I can get a manufacturer.
Oh my God. Vince, where can people find you?
It's Vince_Asaf, paypal.me/Vince Asaf.
Always have to chuck your PayPal.
I think, yeah, that's it.
That's it. Oh, you can find me everywhere at ZombiesLvBacon. There's all sorts of stuff. What the fuck is that?
That was the cover. I have to find my actual one, but I found the cover.
I'll post the cover up on the social media. So if you're listening to this, check out our Twitter, ZLBpodcast on Twitter, and you can see what is that? What is it? Grand Theft Auto? What? I can't read it. Arab.
I'm not going to lie, bro. I can't read English, so there's no chance I can read it.
Okay. That is something else. It's rated E for everyone, though. All right. Thanks for Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you again next week. Goodbye. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
Say much.